Imagine a world plunged into eternal darkness, a planet that has never known the warmth of a sun. This isn't just a sci-fi nightmare. It's a real possibility out there in the vast cosmos. These are rogue planets, untethered from any star, drifting silently through the frozen void of interstellar space. Without a sun, you'd think life would be impossible, right? A frozen, barren wasteland. But what if life, in its incredible tenacity, found a way? Let's journey to such a world, a planet of eternal night, and explore the breathtaking possibilities of life without light. First, let's set the scene. Our planet, let's call it Erebus, was flung from its nascent solar system billions of years ago. It's a wanderer in the dark. Its surface is a landscape of unimaginable cold, temperatures plummeting to hundreds of degrees below zero. The atmosphere, if it was one, would be frozen solid, a thin frost of nitrogen and methane coating a landscape of jagged ice and rock. From the surface, the sky is a permanent, stardusted tapestry, unobscured by atmospheric haze. The Milky Way would blaze with an intensity we on Earth can only dream of. But this beauty is a cold, indifferent one. So where could life possibly get a foothold? The answer lies not on the surface, but deep within. Many rogue planets could still retain a hot, molten core from their formation. This internal heat, generated by radioactive decay, could create a subsurface environment that is surprisingly hospitable. Imagine vast oceans, not on the surface, but miles beneath a thick crust of ice. This ice shell acts as a perfect insulator, trapping the planet's internal warmth and protecting the liquid water below from the vacuum of space. It's in these deep, dark oceans that the miracle of life could unfold. So what would this life look like? Without sunlight, photosynthesis is out of the question. The entire food web would have to be built on a different foundation. Chemosynthesis on Earth. We see this in action at hydrothermal vents on the ocean floor. These are fissures in the seabed, where superheated, mineral-rich water billows. Out from the planet's interior, bacteria thrive on the chemical compounds in this water, like hydrogen sulfide, converting them into energy. On our dark planet, these chemosynthetic bacteria would be the producers, the base of the entire ecosystem, just like plants are on Earth. Picture vast, sprawling mats of these bacteria, carpeting the ocean floor around every hydrothermal vent. They might glow with a faint, airy bioluminescence, creating ethereal gardens of light in the crushing dark. These glowing fields would be the pastures of this alien world. Grazing on them would be a menagerie of strange creatures, perhaps slug-like beings that slowly crawl across the bacterial fields, or swarms of tiny, shrimp-like organisms that filter the water for floating microbes. These would be the primary consumers, the herbivores of the abyss. Moving up the food chain, we'd find the predators. In an environment with no light, senses other than sight would become paramount. Echolocation, like bats and dolphins use, would be a common adaptation. Predators might emit high-frequency clicks, navigating and hunting by interpreting the echoes that bounce back. They might have sleek, streamlined bodies to cut through the water with minimal resistance, and long, sensitive tendrils or barbels to physically detect vibrations and the presence of prey. Imagine a creature that's a cross between a shark and an eel, blind but with a massive, sonar-emitting organ on its head, patrolling the vent fields in search of its next meal. Bioluminescence would likely evolve not just in the bacteria, but in more complex life forms as well. It wouldn't just be for show. It would be a crucial tool for survival. Some creatures might use flashes of light to startle predators, giving them a precious second to escape. Others could use intricate light patterns for communication, attracting mates in the endless dark, or coordinating pack hunting. Imagine a school of fish-like predators, communicating with synchronized flashes of blue and green light as they corral their prey, or a deep-sea anglerfish equivalent, dangling a luminous lure to attract unsuspecting victims, its jaw ready to snapshot. The visual language of this world would be written in living light. The sheer pressure in these subsurface oceans would also shape life in profound ways. Creatures would likely have soft, gelatinous bodies, as rigid skeletons would be easily crushed. Think of the blobfish from our own deep sea. On our rogue planet, this body plan might be the norm. Life forms would be perfectly adapted to the immense weight of the water above them, their tissues infused with water, creating an equilibrium with the external pressure. The landscape of this ocean floor would be as alien as its inhabitants. Towering spires of minerals, known as black smokers, would rise like Gothic cathedrals from the seabed, spewing out the hot, chemical-rich soup that sustains all life. These structures, constantly growing and changing, would form complex habitats, full of nooks and crannies for smaller creatures to hide in. Perhaps giant, tube-worm-like organisms, filter feeding from the chemical plumes, would attach themselves to these towers, forming dense forests that sway in the thermal currents. And what about intelligence? Could a complex mind evolve in such an environment? It's certainly possible. The challenges of navigating a three-dimensional, lightless world, of hunting elusive prey, and of communicating with complex signals could drive the evolution of a large, sophisticated brain. An intelligent species on Erebus might not have eyes, but could possess an incredibly advanced sense of hearing or touch. Their language might not be spoken, but communicated through a complex sequence of bioluminescent flashes or subtle changes in their electrical field. Their civilization, if they built one, wouldn't be of stone and steel, but perhaps of cultivated biological structures. Living cities grown around the life-giving hydrothermal vents. They would have no concept of a sun, a sky, or stars. Their entire cosmology would be based on the world beneath the ice. The vents would be their suns, the source of all life and energy. The thick ice shell above would be their universe's boundary. Would they ever wonder what lies beyond it? Would they develop the technology to drill through miles of ice, to see the stardusted void for the first time? What a revelation that would be to discover that their entire world is just a tiny, warm pocket in an endless, frozen cosmos. The idea of a rogue planet teeming with life challenges our sun-centric view of the universe. It suggests that the habitable zone isn't just a ring around a star, but could exist anywhere a planet has a hot core and liquid water. It opens up the possibility that life might be far more common and far more strange than we ever imagined. Billions of these dark wanderers could be drifting through our own galaxy, each one a potential cradle for life, a world of eternal night hiding secrets in its deep, dark heart. It's a humbling and exhilarating thought. The universe is full of surprises, and the most incredible ones might be hidden where we least expect them, in the endless dark between the stars. Thank you for joining me on this journey to the planet of eternal night. If you enjoyed this cosmic exploration, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more adventures into the unknown. Until next time, keep looking up and keep wondering.